China's 1 trillion artificial sun fusion reactor just got 5 times hotter than the sun. In this video, we will find out about the first artificial sun, which you don't want to miss. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, and while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because you'll love what's coming up. The experimental fusion reactor could help to unlock near limitless clean energy. China's artificial sun, tokamak. China's artificial sun has set a new world record for superheating a loop of plasma to temperatures 5 times hotter than the sun for more than 17 minutes, state media reported. According to the Xinhua news agency, the East Experimental Advanced Superconducting Tokamak nuclear fusion reactor sustained a temperature of 158 million degrees Fahrenheit, 70 million degrees Celsius, for 1,056 seconds. The accomplishment puts researchers one small but crucial step closer to developing a source of near limitless clean energy. In our galaxy, the sun's nuclear fusion reaction generates energy inside the sun under intense gravitational pressure and at extremely high temperatures, about 15 million degrees Celsius. Hydrogen atoms clash and fuse. Helium is produced by the fusion of 600 million tons of hydrogen every second. During this process, part of the mass of the hydrogen atoms becomes energy. Nuclear fusion versus nuclear fission. Fusion is a nuclear technology that can produce very high levels of energy without generating large quantities of nuclear waste, and scientists have been trying to perfect it for decades. Currently, nuclear power is obtained in the form of fission, a process contrary to fusion. Energy is produced by dividing the nucleus of a heavy atom into 2 or more nuclei of lighter atoms. Fission is easier to achieve, but it generates waste. HL2M, the artificial sun. Recently, China successfully tested its artificial sun, a nuclear fusion reactor that could generate energy for many years to come if it can be made more sustainable. Fusion is a very expensive process, but China's tests could help researchers in their search for ways to reduce costs. HL2M, a tokamak fusion reactor at the Southwestern Institute of Physics in Chengdu, China, is referred to as the artificial sun of China. The reactor produces power by compressing hydrogen with strong magnetic fields until it forms a plasma that may reach temperatures of more than 150 million degrees Celsius, 10 times hotter than the sun's nucleus. When the atoms fuse together, the plasma releases a tremendous quantity of energy. The plasma is contained with magnets and supercooling technology. First plasma. On December 4, 2020, the HL2M experimental fusion reactor produced its first plasma. In the global drive to create safer, more environmentally friendlier nuclear energy sources, this is a significant scientific accomplishment. Additionally, it is anticipated to significantly strengthen China's research and development of critical plasma physics technologies. The HL2M project was approved by the Chinese Nuclear Power Authority, China National Nuclear Corporation (CNNC), SWIP, which is part of CNNC, designed and built it. China is a participant in the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor project, in study fields including flux instability and ultra-high temperature plasma magnetic phenomena. HL2M will provide crucial technical support to this project, which is creating its own tokamak reactor. ITER's goal is to determine the technological and economic viability of nuclear fusion by magnetic confinement as a large-scale energy source without day CO2 emissions. Although it still does not produce electricity, it will be the first fusion site capable of producing net energy and maintain the fusion process over long periods of time, as well as test the necessary materials and technology. This is a previous stage to the construction of a commercial demonstration site, which is expected to begin operation by 2025. International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor is being built in Cadarache, south of France. It is a collaboration of 35 countries integrated into the main 7 members: China, European Union, India, Japan, South Korea, Russia, and the United States. Spain participates through the European Union. The French Tor Supra tokamak's 2003 record of 390 seconds for plasma in a cooling loop remaining at identical temperatures was beaten by the Chinese experimental nuclear fusion reactor. East had already broken a record by operating for 101 seconds at an unheard of 216 million Fahrenheit in May 2021, 120 million degrees Celsius. According to experimental leader Gong Xianzhu, a scientist at the Institute of Plasma Physics of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, the recent operation lays a solid scientific and experimental foundation towards the running of a fusion reactor. Scientists have been trying to harness the power of nuclear fusion, the process by which stars burn, for more than 70 years. So-called main sequence stars may produce large amounts of energy without emitting greenhouse gases or long-lasting radioactive waste by fusing hydrogen atoms to form helium at extremely high pressures and temperatures. But replicating the conditions found inside the hearts of stars is no simple task. The most common design for fusion reactors, the tokamak, works by superheating plasma, one of the four states of matter, consisting of positive ions and negatively charged free electrons, before trapping it inside a donut-shaped reactor chamber with powerful magnetic fields. However, it has taken a lot of work to hold the turbulent and extremely hot coils of plasma in place long enough for nuclear fusion to occur. The first tokamak was developed by Soviet scientist Natan Yavlinsky in 1958. But no one has ever succeeded in building an experimental reactor that can produce more energy than it consumes. One of the main stumbling blocks has been how to handle a plasma that's hot enough to fuse. Fusion reactors need to operate at considerably lower pressures than where fusion naturally occurs inside the cores of stars. Thus, they are required to be incredibly hot, far hotter than the Sun. It is relatively simple to cook plasma to temperatures higher than the Sun, but it is technically challenging to contain it so that it doesn't burn through the reactor walls, either using lasers or magnetic fields, without also interfering with the fusion process. East is expected to cost China more than $1 trillion by the time the experimental finishes running in June, and it's being used to test out technologies for an even bigger fusion project, the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor ITER, that's currently being built in Marseille, France. Said to be the world's largest nuclear reactor and the product of collaboration between 35 countries, including every state in the European Union, the UK, China, India, and the US, ITER contains the world's most powerful magnet, making it capable of producing a magnetic field 280,000 times as strong as the one around the Earth. The fusion reactor is expected to come online in 2025 and will provide scientists with even more insights into the practicalities of harnessing star power on Earth. Additionally, China is advancing more of its own initiatives to create nuclear fusion energy. The country is conducting inertial confinement fusion tests and expects to finish building a new tokamak by the early 2030s. Elsewhere, the first viable fusion reactor could be completed in the United States as soon as 2025, and a British company hopes to be commercially generating electricity from fusion by 2030. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of the video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe to our channel to see the next videos. See you in the next one.